Good morning, guys. Well, you saw the intro, and I mean, even the PM, they talk about it in our interviews, watch Jules every Monday. Come on, man. Not on a Monday, on a Tuesday. On a Tuesday morning tacos. We have here Jules. Good morning, Jules. How are you?
Good morning, guys. We've spent the extra holiday smoking the beef. First of all, we need to shout out the PM all the way in Orange Walk.
I know, right?
PM, I know you watching, baby. I got you and you got me. We friends for life, baby.
And he said that you guys have a good friendship to us.
Yeah.
We have
really
a good
appreciate
friendship.
to hear that, you know?
That's one of the few true things he said in that interview.
Oh. Oh. Jules, moving right into our first topic because from that same
Timings. Good.
that same interview there, so this come out.
Right. So you know, I'm the Prime Minister. He has said that we are making it up. That Anthony Marlon never said to Courtney Menzies that you're a Chihuahua and Chihuahuas get kicked in the face, etc. So I would never challenge a Prime Minister in a popularity contest because he will win elections. In the grave, he can still win. That's how popular he is. He's a popular man. He will never lose an election. I would never even think of it. His unassailable popularity. But don't challenge the media in a credibility contest. You know that politicians and credibility they don't have a good relationship in the public eye.
Yeah.
So, you know, he's saying that he didn't hear and he not believe. Yo, there are witnesses, including 2 people in this control room right there who witnessed that.
Yeah.
There are at least 4 journalists who witnessed it.
The cameramen, everything like that.
The cameramen, everybody witnessed it. So, sir, I understand you have to take up your minister, but hey, man, you see, and this is my concern about the Prime Minister. I understand, you know, I was raised in a political household. I was raised in a doctrinaire UDP household, but we throw that off because...
You're always the opposition man, Jules.
You know, and we are always the opposition. You know how I know we're always the opposition? Because the PUP, I checked it. What I have on record, 13 advertisements the PUP has used Channel 7 news content in.
Man.
Why? At the time, when they were in opposition, they used Channel 7 content, Channel 7 news content.
Oh.
Because why? Because we did the opposition. You know why? Because we must oppose power. We don't do it for any political advantage. We oppose power on both sides. We oppose the UDP and we oppose the PUP. I do it here every Monday.
That's true. I
So I'm saying that 13 ads, I don't get paid for one of them, but 13 ads they have used Channel 7 content in. If I were to get paid 10 cents every time the PUP played that song bite or video bite of Gaspar Vega saying, I am not a normal person in Belize, which is an interview I did. If I got 10 cents every time, we wouldn't be in HD, we'd have been in 8K.
4K.
8K.
honey bun. Watch out.
I'm saying that you know, the PUP makes so much of the Petrocarib funding that the government never took to the House, the former government. It's Channel 7 who brought that to their attention, who reported on it first, who asked the Prime Minister about it. So yes, PM, you are right, apart from us being friends. We are always in opposition. We are in opposition to people in power.
Yeah.
When you were in the PUP, we were opposing the government. When you are in government, we are opposing government, and we are opposing the opposition. That's what we do. We have to hold people to account. Just 3 months ago, our Channel 7 content, my entire question to Shyne, was still in a PUP ad. They're still using me, using our Channel 7 content in PUP ads. Because what do? We provoke and harass people who are elected to office because we're trying to hold them accountable. It's not personal. That's our job. So, Mr. Prime Minister, don't go into a credibility contest with the media.
Yeah,
Stay in a popularity contest.
I know.
You will win those.
I know, it's scandalo.
You will win those. But what concerns me about Prime Minister is, as I was saying about political households, I understand what it's like to be raised in a binary environment. To be raised in a polarity, where the world is either red or blue, red or blue. But man, that is our father's world. That's the 80s.
Yeah.
That's the 20th century, Mr. Prime Minister. We're in the 21st century where we have to dodge anything. Well, just because we are tough on you does not mean that we oppose you. We want you to succeed. We, the media, want you to succeed.
Yeah.
I am saying that You have to understand we're in a pluralistic society now. We're not in, well, you the UDP, so I can't talk to you the PUP, man. We don't know P, we know the inner P. P is against Belizeanness.
Yeah.
So we know the inner P, but what concerns me is he's stuck. He wants a monolithic media. He wants a media his father had, which was Radio Belize. That's what he wants. That's the media he believes in.
Just
right? That
praise
it's
and
a
praise and
monolithic,
praise.
Yeah.
monolithic state-controlled media. But we have a pluralistic media.
Yeah.
That's how our democracy works, right? Remember always the adage of the old American statesman, Thomas Jefferson. He would prefer a democracy with newspapers rather than a democracy without it. It would be preferable. Anything, you have to have the functioning media in a pluralistic environment. And the Prime Minister has to get past, man, our fathers have passed. We have to get past that thinking there. You cannot, he wants us to celebrate the government without interrogating the government.
Yeah.
We must interrogate. When you do something good, the blue bond, celebrate. When you settle with Mr. Ashcroft at a cruel price, but it's the best deal we could get, celebrate. Support it.
It's like about celebration and the same,
You have to
I think
celebrate
about
what? The narcissist? What?
narcissists, because narcissists celebrate themselves.
Yes.
So,
You know, and we'll do, yeah, we have the other political leader. Well, the Prime Minister is in a prison of polarity in a time of pluralism.
okay.
Shyne is in a prison of narcissistic personality disorder. NPD, I'm
Oof.
diagnosing him.
Oof.
I'm diagnosing
Oh, you
him live on air.
diagnose- okay.
NPD. It's not, the good news is it's not malignant. Perhaps it can be treated. But I watched this statement that Shyne did. Shyne did a statement and he mentioned the Shyne Borough administration 3 times and mentioned the UDP 0 times.
Oh.
He mentioned Shyne Borough administration. It's not about you. It's
Oh.
about the party. That's your brand.
Yeah.
That's your brand. What is... So how can you talk about the Shyne Borough administration, be so completely self-referential, and not once say the UDP?
Wow, I did
You
not
say,
know that.
no, Shyne likes to freestyle these statements because, he got mad skills. He's dropping bars, dropping bars on him. But my point is that in this I have to assume it's unprepared. I can't believe he wrote this. How can you fail to say your brand, the UDP? He says Shyne Borough administration 3 times and the UDP 0. The statement is only a minute and a half. I'm sure if it were 20 minutes long, he would have said it 100 times.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
saying that, you got a problem, bro. Like, how can you not mention your brand? And I'm watching Shyne. I'm hearing his anti-monarchical, anti-queen, anti-king statements. Personally, I may support it. But you have to realize the UDP's
Yes.
brand
Yeah.
the UDP is its DNA. It's a Creole party.
Yeah.
And it is some queen-loving people. Them be some, the UDP opposed independence and want to continue to hold on to the queen's skirt.
Just, but why do I get the sense that everybody in the UDP want to make their own ads and push out their own ads?
Because they're not together, they're not unified.
Yeah, they're completely divided.
Wow.
So
The
when
UDP.
so I could understand now. So thank you for that, Brandon. I could understand now why he wants to say, Shyne Borough administration, because technically he represents himself and not a party technically.
He's the party leader. He's so,
So,
it's such a misstep. You understand? It's really unfortunate that he's unable to grasp the totality of what he's doing, that he's seeing himself before his job. But I'm saying he's treading on thin ice when he starts being very anti-monarchical. You have to watch it. A lot of people love the queen.
Yeah.
A lot of people may love the queen.
I just saw reports 4.1 billion people tuned into the funeral.
4.1 billion,
Half
half the world.
yes.
They once controlled 75% of it.
Biggest
So,
watch event of all
Yeah,
time.
100 years ago, maybe a little more, 100 plus years ago, and that 100 plus years ago, they controlled 75% of the world. And you have to realize that entire funeral, all that pageantry and the richness of the funeral that is the velvet glove that masks the iron fist that was imperial power throughout its empire. And I say that to segue to our next subject.
Yes,
Remember, then try lock up George Price.
Price,
That was the iron fist. Then lock up Philip Goldson and Leigh Richardson. They were political prisoners. We have some precious vintage footage of when Belize gained self-government in 1963. Precious vintage footage that was just unearthed. Someone just posted it on the internet and we bought it from the Swedish owners. This is 1963. When Belize transitioned to self-government, end of 1963. And so this is 5 years after the colonial administration. Under Her Majesty the Queen, that footage is so priceless, and that will be on the news later. We'll talk about more of it. So that's the self-government timing. But I want to specify that 5 years before this, in 1958, they brought charges of seditious intent against George Price. Why is this? The colonial authority, the Queen's men and women, brought it against George Price. Why? Because you see, Princess Margaret made a corner Belize that year. And at a public meeting, he said, he's said to have said, when she went to New York, they had a ticker tape parade. He probably didn't use that word. A parade with all this paper coming down at her. And it was toilet paper. And you know what they use toilet paper for? Right there. You can't say that, but for we monarchs, this is not a democracy. This is a state ruled by violence, implicit violence. You can't say that. Mr. Price, you're going to jail. They charge him for sedition. Fortunately, a jury found him not guilty. And we see there him addressing a public meeting again. Vintage footage that we acquired.
This is so amazing.
And we'll have more of it on the news later on. But this footage of George Price at a public meeting is magic. But I'm saying at one of those same meetings in 1958, he is said to have said that he was just made a play George Price like these people. And he said that they threw toilet paper at her in this parade, which means a ticker tape parade. And you know what toilet paper used for? Can't say that in a Her Majesty's colony. Then try lock up the man. They done lock up Leigh Richardson and Philip Goldson.
Right.
They were political prisoners. You know where they locked them up for? For something they printed in a newspaper. In a newspaper, they said Belize can go forward either by evolution or revolution. Right now, we choose evolution. No. You going to back 12 years hard labor and put Philip Goldson and Leigh Richardson.
Wow.
They were political prisoners of the British colonial administration. And you are making... So not tell me about a velvet glove, because we have seen the iron fist behind it. And we have seen the least of it in Belize. When you think about places like Kenya and other countries that suffered great violence at the hands of the British. But... Our last segment, Joe. Our last topic,
You have 3 minutes on this.
3 minutes. No, I'm just... an amazing thing that we have to watch is Thea Garcia actually challenging Elvia Vega. This is unprecedented to happen at such an early time in an administration.
I know, yes.
We have the pictures, guys. So we have Elvia Vega Samos. This is an elected representative of the PUP. We are not even properly 2 years into the PUP term. She was elected after that, so she is not near 2 years. So she is saying that on this beautiful Sunday morning, etc., she has to defend herself against an attack from Thea Garcia. You have to understand the fraught history between these families. The Vegas and the Garcias in Corozal Bay. They've been fighting for control of that for many years. And I understand that. And her brother, the deceased Dido Vega, who died of COVID, then his sister was elected. He had to fight against that same Garcia family to get his seat at the convention level in Corozal Bay. Then he won the general election by a large margin. My point is that it is unprecedented for her to be facing for a sitting representative. It is not convention season to be facing, if we can see the flyer under this one, for her to be facing, when it is not even convention season, a challenge from Thea Thea Garcia
Ramirez. Yeah.
I'm saying that is serious business. That it shows that there. No, remember, Thea is the daughter of the Prime Minister's chief executive officer, and he is unable to mitigate or control his situation. It is not a tenable situation when one of your elected representatives is under attack less than 2 years into her term, and it's not even convention season. She has been voted in by the people, and she's under attack from her own party.
Her own team has left, though, and gone into Ms. Garcia's
yes,
side.
I understand that. I understand that, but I'm saying that where is the command and control in the PUP? This is a relatively new government, not even 2 years in. Man, you as the Prime Minister, it's your CEO, you have to step in and control this. This is public hemorrhaging against an elected representative, totally undermining her in a historically close seat. It's incredible. On the way out, I just want to say the situation that happened in the Sarstoon River on Sunday is a very serious situation, and we'll show more of it on the news later on. But it's a very serious situation where the Belize Territorial Volunteers took out 5 boats, and they had a showdown with the Guatemalan Armed Forces. Sometimes it goes well, sometimes not so well, but it went really badly on Sunday. It was a showdown, and this is the point. The government has put out a statement saying, we were there and we continue our activities on the river. The fact is that the territorial volunteers put up 2 flags on Belize's southernmost point. The Guatemalans took the flags. They took the flags. And according to Will Mejia, when the BDF said, we want back the flags, it's theft. The Guatemalan military, according to Will Mejia, told them, go and pick it up in Guatemala.
Oh, wow.
It is our flag now. That is serious business.
Wow.
That is serious business. And the government put out a statement but did not address that critical point. So it's really an interesting moment. We always have tension along that area, but the government has to assert the state's ownership and control of Sarstoon Island.
And they'll hear more about that in news tonight, guys.
Yes,
so
sir.
make sure you're tuning in tonight, because
Tacos was spicy this morning.
You think the tacos was spicy this morning? Tonight, there's going to be coverage of all of this and much more. So thank you so much, Jules.
Yes, thank you.
It's very informative, and I'll take every single thing tacos meat. And we have a sunrise here. This is courtesy of Miss Karen. I get this one last week. I had to make sure I push this out because, man, that sunrise is pop.
Yes.
Say no to Jules for all of September. We continue
the year.
With that. And
say no to the drop box.
And we continue with the commercial break. When we are back, we're going to be talking about the life and legacy of George Cato Price. Stay tuned.